Hi, my name is Francisco Castro, and my company is the Artizan of the Andes. And the problem that Ecuador is facing is that many of its artisans are in poverty. Their resources are not being used, and they have a huge potential. And this is because many of the resources and the handicrafts are being sold as commodities today. So what my company seeks to do is give the artisans an opportunity to pull themselves out of poverty by creating a market for fine handicraft products here in the U.S. And I seek to do this by building a profitable business based on a brand, a recognized brand for these luxury products, because that's what they are. They're luxury products. And the reason I'm so passionate about this project is because I'm an artisan. I have that heritage, and my family built a profitable business based on artisanal skills. And I seek to put the extensive knowledge that I have about my country and about my artisans together with my passion for business and create a brand to help end this problem. So the products that my business is going to focus on today, and I'm going to expand in the future, are the best chocolate in the world, and I'll explain why it's the best. It is the best in the world. Fine embroidered handicraft products, and the world-renowned Panama hats, which have been traded as Panama hats, but they're really Ecuadorian. So here's an illustration with the chocolate of how our resources haven't been marketed as they should, and therefore our artisans haven't gotten the value that they deserve. Only 12% of the entire cacao production in the world is of the finest aroma flavor variety. And of that 12%, 60% comes from Ecuador. And that 60% is the finest in the world. And I'm not making this up. Chocolatiers know this. I don't know if you guys know this. And for hundreds of years, European chocolatiers have been using our cacao to make the most expensive, the finest chocolate bars in the world. And just one detail, they only put a maximum of 40% of that cacao into the finest brands. This is my competition right here. But my bars are 100% fine aroma cacao. So, the secret is out, and we are making the best products in the world. So, I would like to emphasize that the social solution is really a business solution. Because I have seen that fair trade is being used just as another brand, and it's not accomplishing what it should. And I understand what artisans need to pull themselves out of poverty. And what they really need is jobs, and a little bit of innovation, a little bit of vision, and somebody that can connect them to the markets that are going to buy these products. And that's been really the major obstacle so far. Now, I'd like to talk a little bit about my competition. And there is a ton of competition out there. I mean, just think of all the chocolate brands. There are many traders that source these products from Ecuador. I'm not the first person. But none of them have such a deep understanding of the trade because they're not artisans. And none of them connect that with an understanding of the U.S. market, which I've been studying for the past 6 months now. My passion is business. I've done business with my family since I was 4 years old. So I wanted to combine those two passions that I have and do something good for my country. And that's very important. None of them have exclusive agreements because artisans work based on trust. And none of them will have an exclusive with someone else to create design products, and they have with me because I'm an artisan. Now, I'd like to talk about the traction because even though the competition is huge, there is a market for my product. And right now, my customers are small, exclusive retail shops, and so far, in 2 months, I have sold $5,000 of these products. So the potential is there. Everybody wants them. They want them so badly that most of the customers I've visited have asked me for exclusives because they know the product is good and the price is right. I have sold and delivered every one of the products that I'm selling now. So it's a proven product. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to tailor make it to what Americans will buy. And right now I'm in a phase of understanding the U.S. market extensively because the U.S. market is huge, but it's very tricky. So I'm trying to understand the market, and I'm doing this with partners, customers that have promised to buy, and that's what my calculations are based on, about $40,000 per year for the next 3 years. This business is going to expand in the future, but right now my focus is really on doing marketing research and product development. And in the future, I do envision expanding to the U.S. market. And I'm doing that already by talking to U.S.-wide representatives just to get an idea of how that works. And so I asked for $10,000.
You're at 6 minutes.
Okay. And I asked for $10,000 because right now the most important thing is reducing my shipping costs. Right now I have made a very small profit because I've been shipping very small quantities, but I need to ship enough quantity, and I also need to make sure that I have that I fulfill reorder, because every customer that I've talked to has told me, if you cannot reorder, we cannot reorder, that's the end of the business with you. So I have to fulfill reorders and pay for many of the expenses I've already incurred and I'm currently incurring to develop this product. Thank you very much. Yes?
So is República del Cacao your brand?
No, that's a brand of my friends of the plantations in Ecuador, and I have an exclusive with them for, right now, the state of Colorado. Yeah.
So if you grow your business, what I would like to understand better is the source of supply and the stability of supply. If you're probably competing with some major brands as you've already indicated, can you expect to get a stable source of supply at a very good price?
Yeah, I have studied that, and one of the biggest barriers that not only I face, but anyone that tries to do business selling high enough products, is getting an even flow and an even supply. And it's really about getting consistent orders. And once you can get consistent orders, you can organize the artisans that make this so that they can produce a constant supply. And if you can do that, you can supply for the whole U.S. market. But these artisans aren't doing this all the time because they don't have enough of a market. Let's say you have 100 artisans, only 4 are working in their making their handicrafts because they don't have a market. But here and then there comes a big order and 50 of them get together and they start producing. But my goal is to have an even flow and select the best artisans, and I know the best, to have a constant production. That's really the idea. And I've talked about it. Each product has its different barriers. For example, embroidery products are much like I mentioned to you now. Hats are a little bit different. And chocolate it's actually, there's no production limit. Right now, there's actually excess capacity. I mean, the factory has more machines than it needs.
Have you looked at businesses like specialty coffee plantations in Hawaii and how it seems like at least with the chocolate, there's some similar way they create demand in a very competitive space. Have you looked at anything like that to see how they've succeeded?
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of chocolate brands. For example, Theo does a very similar thing with, fair trade, organic chocolate. But I've had chocolate experts try this chocolate, and it's the best they've tried. Because it's the first bar that's made 100% with pure flavor aroma cacao. And that's just, it's not even a breed of cacao. It's because it's grown in Ecuador, just because of the environment that we have, the soil, the sunshine that we have. So that's really, I mean, each product has its differentiators, but for the cacao that you just, or the chocolate that you're just asking, that's the differentiator.